In this video, we're looking at a gradient of a line. Now, to start off with, I'm going to look at lines which have been drawn for you. And if they're drawn for you, there's a few ways you can work out the gradient of a line. So here we've got two lines. Let's start with the one on the left. I'm going to show you the simplest way to get the gradient of a line. Okay, so start at any point on your line. Choose a nice point which has integer values for x and y. So one which is on a corner. Now move one to the right. Then check how many spaces you need to go back to the line. And here we realize we have to go up 3. So the gradient is 3. And it's as simple as that. You could have chosen another point as well. So let's do another point on the line. Choose a nice coordinate with integer values. So move 1 to the right. Now how many do we have to move to go back to the line? And you'll notice again it's up 3. So the gradient is a positive 3. This is a very simple way of getting the gradient of a line. So let's look at this line. Now we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to choose a point on the line, a nice integer point with integer values for x and y. Now we're going to move 1 to the right. Now how many do we have to move to go back to the line? And you'll notice it's just down once. So you'd expect the gradient to be 1, but it's going to be negative 1 since you had to move down. So minus 1. Now let's look at another way we can get the gradient. So now let's work out the gradient when we haven't got the graph drawn for us. So here we've got 2 coordinates and we need to work out the gradient of the line going through those 2 coordinates. So we're going to do change in y over change in x. Now, when you're doing change in y, you're subtracting the y's. Now, it doesn't matter which way around you do it. However, you need to follow the same order when you're doing change in x. So let's do 10 minus 6. So now when we're doing change in x, we cannot do 3 minus 1 because we did 10 minus 6. We must follow that same order and do 1 minus 3. So the main thing is, it doesn't matter which way around you do it, but you can't switch. So in this case, I did 10 minus 6, and I did say that it did not matter about the order. So I'm going to do it the other way and see if it gives us a different answer. So this time I'm going to do 6 minus 10. Since I did 6 minus 10, I must go the same way. So I must go and do 3 minus 1. So there we have it. That's how you get the gradient when you're given 2 coordinates of your line. So here's another way of getting the gradient if you couldn't do the first method I showed. You're going to draw a triangle, and it can be as big as you want. It needs to be a right angle triangle, and the points should be at integer places. So draw it as big as you need. Just make sure the points are at integer solutions. And now all you're going to do is rise over run. So you just look at the length in the y direction over the length in the x direction. So let's try it for this one as well. So we're going to make a right angle triangle. And we're going to do rise over run again. Just in this example, be careful to make sure your gradient has got a negative on it because the graph is sloping downwards. We know it's got a negative gradient. I hope you found that video useful. Support us by liking, subscribing, and share this with your friends. And if you still got some more questions on anything, drop a post on our forum at examqa.com where you'll find your questions answered.